Hi, I'm Cheryl with US Classic Muscle Cars. Please be sure to click on the link below where you can buy and sell your car. And thank you for watching. Hi, I'm Cheryl with US Classic Muscle Cars. This is Sean, and he is the owner of this 1967 Chevy Nova. And he's going to tell us all about it and all the awards he's won.
Hey Cheryl, thanks a lot. Yeah, this is my 1967 Chevy Nova. Originally started with my dad and I 15 years ago. And then we brought in Derek Samsung with Samsung Design to take it. And we presented it for the first time last week in Detroit and at the Autorama. We walked away with the grade 8. And so we're extremely happy that Derek kind of made this dream come true with my dad and I, and very blessed. The car has been it's been in the family, and the name Rome, which is started when we were ordering parts and more parts, and I kept on going in my mom's spare bedroom, and my mom asked me, when am I going to get my spare bedroom back? And I had to tell her Rome wasn't built in a day, Mom. So since then, the car's been named Rome.
That's a nice story.
Yeah, it is. So we'll pass it on to Derek.
Okay. Derek, please step over.
Absolutely.
You can tell us all about the special features of the car. You can start with the engine.
Yeah, sure. So as Sean said, the name of the car is Rome, which I kind of took it to another level. When he came to me and talked to me about helping him finish this car to go compete for the Ridler in Detroit, I had all sorts of ideas come into my head. When I think about Rome, I think about architecture, history, but also the modern era. So we kind of tied that into all the theming of the car. It's got a 496 big block Chevrolet engine. It was a 454. It was stroked to a 496. We call the car Rome. So on the valve covers it says Rome. Everything's chrome painted and polished. There's over 56 R's and Rome logos made into parts all over this car, from the R's in the headlights to the grille to underneath the car. Everything is themed. Everything is around the 4 colors and the beautiful elegant silver, charcoal. We've got this beautiful orangey tan color, and if you'll look, it all blends under the car, and then we finish it off with this real subtle kind of a charcoaly satin color that we also mixed in to just kind of add a real subtle detail in the car. And everywhere you look on this car, we wanted it to have a theme and a place. So if you can pull a part off this car, we wanted you to know it went to Rome.
Very nice. And the chrome, is that a special chrome that you have on this car?
It's just a very bright chrome. We didn't want to go with different colors of chrome, so everything's just the brightest finish we could get. There is some polished aluminum, stainless, but we really took care, and every piece, every bolt on this car is even polished or chrome plated. So we wanted just every detail to carry from front to back and top to bottom.
Hey Derek, can you tell us about the interior of the car?
Absolutely. At my company, Samsung Design LLC, we did a complete one-off custom interior in Rome. And if you'll look, even from the seat trim down to the sill plates, every little detail on this car is handmade. There's over 100 pieces of handmade trim throughout this interior. I wanted a really elegant feel, and when I was talking to the owner and I started giving him some ideas, he just fell in love with the whole theme and the design, with a very smooth black leather. Again, carrying that orangey tan color throughout. There's 3 different colors of stitching in the interior. The same design carries through the headliner and into the back seats. We almost wanted a bench seat feel in the back, so I sunk the seats in and built the beautiful waterfall console that actually overlaps the front console, just to give it a more interesting look and feel. And then we finished it off with all these little chrome touches, a beautiful sound system, and then a custom steering wheel and pedals that have the R logo and the trim to match everything else.
Spectacular. It looks spectacular. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So can you tell us about the wheels on the car?
Yeah, so when we were designing the car, the owner said he really likes the classic look of a 5-spoke wheel, but what we've done is we've modernized it, and we went with the 5-spoke, and we talked about that real pretty satin color. We tied that into the wheels, and then we've got the notch cutouts here that kind of match this tri-bar on the wheel, and then we machine the R in the center cap to go with the Rome theme. And I just think it's a very subtle wheel, but when you stand back and look at the car, it almost looks like a piece of jewelry on the car.
It does. It's a spectacular design, very creative.
Thank you.
So, what can you tell us about the paint on the car?
So one thing that we think sets us apart a little bit from some of the other cars in the show is that we didn't want to go with a real bright, flashy paint. We wanted the lines and the overall theme and styling of the car to stand out. So we chose this beautiful, it's called Elegant Silver, it's PPG. And what we've done is we've let the color just almost accent the car and not take over the car. And we feel like with the color choices that we chose, with the wheels, with the satin, with the interior colors, when you look at the car, it's a very nice balance. So we feel like this look will be timeless forever.
Yes, yes, it would, yes. I love the metal flake inside the paint. Is that what you call it?
Yes, yep, metal flake.
Right.
And then what's really neat about it is as you change from one side to the other with the lighting of the car, you'll pick up some of the deeper metallics, but from another angle, it's a real subtle. So when you get it out in the sun, it just pops.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's talk about this beautiful trunk.
Absolutely. So every car has a trunk, so why not make it just as beautiful as the rest of the car? What we've done is we've hidden the batteries and a lot of the electronic components, the subwoofers, the 6x9 speakers, and our second fuse panel behind this panel here. But what we wanted to do is we didn't want to make the trunk any less beautiful and important as the rest of the car. So we fabricated all these beautiful panels. This little lid here, if you look here, it actually pops up, and that's actually the gas fill. And if you actually look, it has the R on the gas cap to match all the rest of the pieces on the car. And then we finish it off with these beautiful floor panels that are wrapped in leather. They've got the bright tan stitching, and then we made all these trim pieces to match the floor panels inside the car. So whether the trunk's open or shut, it's got the style and the looks of the rest of Rome.
And it brings it all together, just ties it all in, the design all the way through. It's tremendous.
Thank you.
The car has such great detail. Look at the R in the tail light. So Derek, can you tell us about the underneath of the car?
Yes.
The design?
Absolutely. So Sean's dad, Mike, built a full custom chassis under the car, and what's really unique about it is the chassis is actually welded into the car because we didn't want any seams or bolts showing how the car was held onto the chassis. So everything's been welded, ground, smooth, and Mike went to extreme detail to make sure everything was perfect before we put the beautiful silver elegant paint. You can see we made a full custom stainless steel exhaust. I fabricated the belly pan under the car, which matches all the details that we did on the interior, and you'll see how that color wraps under the engine and back up under the radiator. And then I handmade all the chrome moldings that go on it to match the inside. Has a full custom fabricated housing in the rear with a 9-inch third member. We didn't want to just bolt in a bot rear end into the car, so we actually built one from scratch, built a custom drive shaft, and then all the rest of the parts that bolt to all the suspension have all been welded, smooth, and chrome plated, as well as the bolts.
Very nice. So the cameraman, can you get a close-up of the detail of the steering wheel and the inside of the interior? So can you tell me about how many awards that you've won?
Yeah, so we actually unveiled the car in Detroit last week, and we actually competed for the top honor in the world for show cars, which is called the Ridler Award. And we were actually fortunate enough to be one of the grade 8 finalists in the show. So that was a dream for Sean and his dad, Mike, was to finish this car, take it to Detroit, and compete at that level. And I must say, we were successful in getting into the grade 8. Now we're here at the next show to enjoy. We'll see what happens tomorrow in the awards. We're just glad to be here, and I'm thankful that Sean and his dad chose myself at Samsung Design LLC. You can check us out on Facebook. You can see some of our past projects, current projects, and follow us in the future to the next shows. So
Thank you very much.
thank you so much for talking with us. Thanks.
Please be sure to subscribe, like, and share U.S. Classic Muscle Cars.